A couple of days ago, my family watched the Christmas classic, A Very Brady Christmas. Maybe you've heard of that, maybe you haven't. I highly doubt if any of you would ever tell me that that's among your favorite Christmas movies. It goes a ways back. It's based on an old television show called The Brady Bunch, and it's now all the kids who were in the house, they're all grown up, they're all doing their own thing, but mom and dad are paying for everyone to come home for Christmas, and apparently it's the first time that everybody, all the kids, will have been home for Christmas in a number of years. And so mom and dad are so excited, and honestly, my wife and I are at the point of life where we understand that a lot better than we used to. Our kids are at the age where they're transitioning out of the house eventually. A number of them are in college, and so they're not at the house for most of the calendar year, and some of them are on their way to getting married, and so they'll be away from the house even more as they establish their own families, and that's wonderful. And we're very excited for that next stage, to watch them from a distance, grow their families, do their own thing, go out and impact the world to the glory of God in ways that God equipped them to do. Those are good things. But at the same time, boy, we miss seeing the faces of the people that we love. And that's hard. And some of you are at this stage. Some of you have been through this stage. And for some of you, this stage is still coming. But we love to see the faces of the people we love, and it can be hard when we don't see those faces. Some of you are experiencing that this Christmas in a new way for the first time. You're not seeing the face of someone you love, not because they're away at college, not because they won't be able to make it home for Christmas because of other responsibilities, but because they're just not here. They died, they went to heaven, and you miss seeing their face. While you're happy for them, you miss seeing their face, and you're not wrong for feeling sad about that. God never intended death to be any part of our life. And it hurts our hearts when it is, when that's the reason we can no longer see the faces of the people we love. And that's why the last verse of Psalm 11 is such a wonderful verse. It simply says that the righteous will see God's face. The righteous will one day see God's face. The righteous, that means the perfect, and of course that's what we are by the sacrifice of Christ. The righteous will see God's face. And if you're seeing God's face, then where are you? You're in the place where God is. And what do we know about the place where God currently is? Well, there's no more death, or crying, or pain. It's the place where God wipes every tear away. That's the place where God's face is. And the people you love and miss, they get to enjoy it. And you, right now, while you miss them, you get to be comforted by the truth that one day you'll see the face of God too. And why? How? Well, just try to imagine what it was like the first time the world saw the face of God. At least a face that they could look at. Picture Mary holding her baby, looking amazingly at the face of God who put on human flesh. Come here to this earth to walk alongside of us, to rejoice and to cry, and just go through life together, shoulder to shoulder with us. But then fast forward a little more than 3 decades and picture the face of God again, hanging on a cross, looking at his mother with love, taking care of her even then. It must have been hard for Mary to look at the face of her son at that point. But it's also a beautiful moment, because he was doing what was necessary to get us to the place where we will see the face of God and enjoy every bit of it. And he did it. It's done. The face of God was covered with blood and a lot of pain, so that one day our faces could have the perfect smiles on them as we're surrounded by the people we love again. And so that even now, as we think about that moment, while our hearts can be heavy, we also have the right to feel comforted. Comforted with the truth, the wonderful truth that you'll see the face of God one day with the ones you love right there next to you. Rest well tonight, my friends.